Chapter 33:20. Map of blessed and heavenly abode. The Dragon King wants him to go there. Deep Swamp Abyss widened his eyes, his body trembling uncontrollably. Why did the Dragon King call him over? How did the Dragon King find him? What's going on? Then why is the Dragon King here? When the old man heard this, he panicked a little. He naturally knew what had happened to his son. This time, his son's death was caused by the Dragon King. Now, the Dragon Palace had come knocking on their door. This is, deacons were, let's hurry over. Once our Deep Swamp tribe angers that Dragon King, we will be annihilated. The disciples of the Deep Swamp tribe urged. No, no, father, I won't go, I won't go. Deep Swamp Abyss's face was filled with fear as he hurriedly ran outside. Phew, let's go. The left deacon took a deep breath, stretched out his hand, and a wave of energy grabbed his body. No, no, father. The Dragon King will kill me. The Dragon King will kill me. Fathom Swamp Abyss howled in terror. How did you provoke the Dragon King? Deacons were stared at his son with an ugly expression and growled in a low voice. Father, I only said a few things on the universe AI. I didn't do anything else to provoke him. Back then, he directly killed all of us. Fathom Swamp Abyss shook his head in fear. Fool. Deacon's face was extremely gloomy. Do you think we can easily provoke an expert with such an inheritance? Can you even imagine what they're capable of? Let's go. As he spoke, he flew up into the sky with his son. No, no, father, don't. Deep Swamp Abyss roared in despair. I can't do anything about it. You'll have to rely on your luck next. The left deacon said weakly. Offending the Dragon King was not something he could handle. If they were not careful, the entire Deep Swamp race would have to pay a heavy price. If he had to blame someone, he could only blame his son for provoking the other party. Boom. Soon, the deacon of the left flew out of the swamp with Deep Lake Abyss. Looking at Wang Xian in the sky, his eyes were filled with fear. The Dragon King in front of him was too ruthless. Dragon King, Abyssal Swamp Abyss is here. The patriarch of the Deep Swamp tribe said respectfully. Buzz. As Wang Xian moved his palm, the grayish energy turned into a claw and grabbed it. No, no, no. Deep Swamp Abyss roared in despair. Buzz. Wang Xian's eyes flickered with a devilish glint as he executed the soul manipulation art. He wanted to find out some information. If the Deep Pool tribe was involved in something that would harm the Dragon Palace, he would not let them off today. Deep Swamp Abyss body floated in the void, unmoving. When the patriarch of the Deep Swamp tribe and the others saw this, their expressions changed drastically. At this moment, they were a little scared and a little panicked. If the Deep Swamp race were to be implicated, how could they resist this Dragon King? The patriarch of the Deep Swamp tribe was anxious, his expression changing rapidly. With a flick of his palm, a box appeared in his hand. He waited there anxiously. Bam! After checking the memories of Abyssal Swamp Abyss, Wang Xian swung his arm and killed him. Dragon King, the disciples of the Deep Swamp tribe have offended you. This is a gift of apology from the Deep Swamp tribe. Please accept it, Dragon King. Seeing that Wang Xian had killed Deep Swamp Abyss, the patriarch of the Deep Swamp tribe's heart skipped a beat. With a wave of his arm, a box containing a powerful aura flew towards Wang Xian. Huh! Wang Xian raised an eyebrow and swept his gaze across. Some rank 7 supremacy elixir pills and a postnatal cardinal treasure. This could be said to be a big deal. Dragon King, this is a map of the blessed and heavenly lands. It was obtained by our previous patriarch. It should be useful to you. The patriarch of the Deep Swamp tribe waved his hand again and another box flew over as he introduced it. Map of the blessed and heavenly lands. Wang Xian's interest was piqued. He raised an eyebrow and his eyes sparkled. He opened the box. It was a special stone that looked like a treasure map. On it were some roots and images. Looking at the map of the blessed and heavenly lands, his eyes sparkled. All right. Wang Xian kept all the treasures. His figure gradually turned illusory and disappeared. At the side, the heavenly array also disappeared. Seeing that Wang Xian had left, the patriarch of the Deep Swamp tribe and the rest heaved a sigh of relief. They had never imagined that one day, they would be in such awe of a force that had encircled the starry sky. Wang. Dragon Palace. Wang Xian's figure appeared in the Dragon King Hall. After returning this time, he was in a good mood. This time, not only were the treasures of the orthodox god races returned, but he had also obtained a large number of treasures and resources. 2 postnatal cardinal treasures, a treasure map, and the corpses of the experts from the shaman countries that he had hunted. These resources were sufficient to improve the Dragon Palace significantly. It could bring at least 30,000 supremacies to the Dragon Palace. With the addition of 30,000 from the current 60,000, it would reach close to 100,000. Most importantly, this time, it could increase the high-end combat power of the Dragon Palace. After destroying 3 main cities of the shaman countries, there were more than 20 rank 7 supremacies among them. As for the other levels, it was needless to say. Dragon King. Sensing the return of the Dragon King, Prime Minister Turtle immediately came to greet him. Since the main planet of the ancient sea race has collapsed, let's move the Dragon Palace to the border of the chaotic continent. In addition, all the members of the Dragon Palace should absorb the resources and improve their strength. After Aosia and the rest break through, we will land directly. Wang Xian instructed Prime Minister Turtle. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle immediately replied. I will now look for some blessed lands in the chaotic continent to see if they are suitable for our Dragon Palace. All right. Make preparations in advance. Also, recruit more disciples. Wang Xian nodded with a smile. The Dragon Palace was not in a hurry to land. They would wait for Aosia and the rest to break through. Moreover, Wang Xian was prepared to recruit more disciples after some consideration. Although 1 million members of the Dragon Palace was not a small number, it was definitely not a lot when compared to a race. He wanted to see if he could recruit another million this time to expand the Dragon Palace. After all, there was strength in numbers. Once the Dragon Palace entered the chaotic continent, they would be competing with the advanced races of the universe. In the future, they might even be competing with the top races of the universe. At their peak, the divine dragon race had about 1 million purebred divine dragons. There were even more of other dragon species. The number of Dragon Palace had to be increased. With the current influence of the Dragon Palace, recruiting disciples would be a piece of cake. It was estimated that all the experts of the marine races in the chaotic continent would swarm over. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded in agreement. Chapter 33:21. The Dragon Palace is openly recruiting disciples. As long as a marine creature can pass the Dragon Gate, they can join the Dragon Palace directly. Hiss, the Dragon Palace is actually recruiting disciples. As long as you are a marine creature, you can join the Dragon Palace. This is a huge opportunity for marine creatures. I heard that if you join the Dragon Palace, you will have a chance to transform into a powerful Yalong. Brothers of the marine creature, charge! Charge! When the Dragon Palace announced the recruitment of disciples, the entire starry sky was in an uproar. What kind of existence was the Dragon Palace now? It was definitely an overlord. Even all the forces and experts in the starry sky knew that the Dragon Palace would soon step into the chaotic continent. The recruitment of disciples by such a powerful force was a great opportunity for all aquatic creatures. When the Dragon Palace announced the news, the entire starry sky was in an uproar. But soon, the experts in the starry sky found that the Dragon Palace was heading in the direction of the chaotic continent. In the end, half a month later, it stopped in front of the great desolate continent, standing tall in the void. All marine creatures could come to challenge the Dragon Gate. Once they passed, they would become a member of the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace standing in front of the chaotic continent caused many people to talk about it. The Dragon Palace wanted to tell everyone that they could enter the chaotic continent at any time if they wanted. Joining the Dragon Palace was equivalent to joining the forces of the chaotic continent. The Dragon Palace didn't mean that, but it made many people think so. But the Dragon Palace didn't explain. In the next period of time, a large number of marine creatures from the starry sky rushed over to try the Dragon Gate. Not long after the Dragon Palace announced the matter, the Water Dragon Palace joined the Dragon Palace. The Water Dragon Palace was not weak. Many of them had a trace of the bloodline of the divine dragon. But compared to the current Dragon Palace, the Water Dragon Palace was not worth mentioning at all. The Water Dragon Palace also saw the powerful strength of the Dragon Palace. In addition, their daughters, Shui Linglong, had joined the Dragon Palace, so they decided to join as well. The addition of the Water Dragon Palace greatly increased the number of members of the Dragon Palace. There were more than 20 million members in the Water Dragon Palace, but only 500,000 members had passed the Dragon Palace. The rest were attached to the Dragon Palace and lived in the Water Dragon Palace. This also gave the Dragon Palace a great advantage. In the future, there would be a steady stream of new members joining. As long as the disciples of the Water Dragon Palace challenged the Dragon Gate Dragon Palace, they would be able to replenish the number of members of the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace held a celebration banquet for the addition of the Water Dragon Palace. After all, this time, the Water Dragon Palace had gained 2 purebred water divine dragons. Time passed day by day. In the blink of an eye, half a year had passed. In this half a year, apart from Aosier and the rest, the Dragon Palace had completed its upgrade. As for Aosier and the other 3 devouring dragons, they had already broken through to the Universe Venerable realm. He was advancing towards the Universe Venerable level 9. There aren't many places suitable for our Dragon Palace at the edge of the chaotic continent. Inside the Dragon King Hall of the Dragon Palace. After resting for half a year, Wang Xian began to settle some serious matters. During this half a year, the Dragon Palace also began to look for a suitable place to settle down. However, Wang Xian wasn't very satisfied with the information. There weren't many oceans at the edge of the chaotic continent, but there were many lakes. The area of these lakes was also very large. The area of any lake was comparable to several galaxies. However, according to the information obtained by the Dragon Palace, there weren't many resources in these lakes. Apart from having a blessed place, there wasn't anything else. The resources of the chaotic continent were extremely terrifying, but this was also relative. For a force like the ancient sea race, these lakes definitely had a lot of resources. However, the Dragon Palace's strength had already reached this level. The resources in those places were limited to them. If the Dragon Palace moved to that place, it might have to attack the surrounding forces if it wanted to improve quickly. However, the surrounding forces already knew the strength of the Dragon Palace. After the Dragon Palace moved there, they might immediately pay a visit. At that time, they would all be neighbors, and the other party would be so polite. The Dragon Palace wouldn't attack them. Then, the development of the Dragon Palace would slow down. Setting the goal at the edge of the chaotic continent is also a good preparation for entering deeper places, Wang Xian said. There are also many lakes at the edge of the chaotic continent. Prime Minister Turtle pondered for a while before continuing. Dragon King, there is an ocean at the edge of the chaotic continent. Ocean? Wang Xian squinted his eyes slightly. With a wave of his palm, a map appeared in his hand. Many parts of the map were a little blurry, but there was a blessed place on it. This was a map of the blessed place given to him by the Deep Swamp Race leader. The value of this blessed and heavenly enclave map could be very high, or it could be very low. If it was high, it would be comparable to a huge treasure. If it was low, it would be like a piece of waste paper. The place marked on the map was the ocean that Prime Minister Turtle had mentioned. It wasn't an ocean, but a corner of the sea. The chaotic continent also had an ocean. The area of the ocean was terrifying and immeasurable. Furthermore, the cape of the sea was connected to the mountain and sea region. The mountain sea land was a place where countless dire beasts lived and where giant astral beasts were born and lived. A place that could give birth to giant astral beasts, one could imagine how terrifying it was. In the interior of the mountain sea land, even the experts from the pinnacle races in the universe had to be careful when entering. Even the pinnacle divine dragon race wouldn't dare to be arrogant there. As the king of the marine race, the only ocean that the divine dragon race didn't rule over was the sea in the mountain sea land. One could imagine what kind of existence lived there. The race closest to the corner of the sea would need half a year to fly there. It's a little far, but it's not bad if there's a teleportation formation. Wang Xian murmured. The corner of the sea was more abundant in resources. As it was connected to the ocean, any kind of treasure could be born there. Some experts would also go to the corner of the sea to hunt for dire beasts and try their luck. That was indeed the best choice for the Dragon Palace. It would be even better if the Dragon Palace has a blessed place in the corner of the sea. Wang Xian looked at the map in his hand and pondered. I'll make a trip to the corner of the sea in a few days to see if I can find the blessed place. It'll be best if I can find it. If not, I'll pick the race closest to the corner of the sea. Wang Xian said to Prime Minister Turtle. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. Chapter 33:22. A cursed living being. The landing of the Dragon Palace was a very important matter for the Dragon Palace. This concerned the future development of the Dragon Palace. The chaotic continent was a huge land of treasures. Choosing a good place to develop would allow the Dragon Palace to improve rapidly. Wang Xian attached great importance to this matter. 3 days later, after making some preparations, he left the Dragon Palace and flew straight to the chaotic continent. To the corner of the sea. He could also search for the blessed grotto heaven at the same time. His flying speed was very fast. Last time, he had moved around the heaven-splitting great continent for a period of time, so he had some understanding of it. When Wang Xian had the Tai Chi dragon coil spinning around him and the unbeginning saint wings, there were very few things that could threaten him. With the speed of a rank 9 universe supremacy and the defensive strength of a rank 9 universe supremacy, he could fly freely above the chaotic continent. This allowed him to travel at a much faster speed. But even so, it was still a long road. Wang Xian had been rushing his way through the mountains of the chaotic continent and across the huge lakes. After 3 months of travel, he looked at the distance and summoned Enlai. The distance to the corner of the sea was about 100 times that of the Witch Country. Wang Xian calculated that it would take at least a year if he were to fly there. Therefore, he decided to let Enlai bring him over. It was too far. 2 days later, Wang Xian's figure flashed and appeared somewhere in the void. Dragon King, the Sea of Bamboos is ahead. It's occupied by the 9 Candles Demon tribe. Enlai pointed to the front and reported to Wang Xian. The 9 Candles Demon tribe was the tribe closest to the corner of the sea. If nothing went wrong, the Dragon Palace might challenge this tribe in the future. Enlai, go back first. I'll take a look around. Wang Xian said to Enlai as he looked ahead. There was a sea of bamboos in front of him. The bamboos were not ordinary bamboos. There were many types of bamboos. Some were slender while others were thick. Some even had bamboo shoots growing on them. Wang Xian made a move and flew forward. As he approached, he concealed his figure. The 9 Candles Demon race was not weak, they had rank 8 universe supremacies, but their overall strength was much weaker than the Lick Kingdom. Wang Xian didn't fly over recklessly. This time, he wasn't looking for trouble. Instead, he took a look at the 9 Candles monstrous clan before heading to the corner of the sea. The bamboo here grows like a sailboat. Does it have some special ability? As Wang Xian approached the sea of bamboos, he was filled with curiosity as he looked at the densely packed objects formed by the bamboo. He could see some of the 9 Candles monstrous clan's demonic beasts here. The 9 Candles beast was a beast with the nature of a plant. Due to its fire elemental nature, it was able to fight against opponents 2 ranks higher than it. Their bodies were somewhat similar to bamboo, with 9 segments of their bodies. That was why it was called the 9 Candle Demon Beast. Wang Xian circled around the 9 Candles Demon tribe. He could sense that the strength of the 9 Candles Demon tribe was still a far cry from that of the Dragon Palace. Even if the Dragon Palace were to fight on land today, the 9 Candles Demon tribe would not be a match for them. At this moment, Wang Xian saw hundreds of demonic beasts that did not belong to the 9 Candles Demon tribe flying over. They stopped above a huge bamboo. On the huge bamboo, there was a teleportation array. The hundreds of demonic beasts left through the teleportation array. Teleportation array? Other demonic clans? Wang Xian was curious. He took out the universe artificial intelligence and searched. The 9 Candles Demon tribe actually has a teleportation array that leads to the corner of the sea. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows. As the corner of the sea was a corner of the mountain sea territory, there were many dire beasts there. It was dangerous, but at the same time, there were many treasures. Although the dire beasts were ferocious, many of them could be used to forge postnatal spiritual treasures. Therefore, many experts from various clans headed to the corner of the sea. Wang Xian searched for some information regarding the teleportation array of the 9 Candles demon tribe. He moved and immediately flew towards the huge bamboo. Expert, are you going to teleport to the corner of the sea? Wang Xian flew over, and a 9 Candles demon beast emerged from the huge bamboo and asked. Yes, I'm going to teleport. Wang Xian nodded his head. Avoid Emperor Pinnacle treasure. The 9 Candles demon beast said. Sure. Wang Xian nodded his head. He waved his arm and passed it to him. The price of using a Void Peak Stage God Emperor treasure to teleport a person was not low. However, many experts could still accept it. After all, those who entered the corner of the sea were basically all 4th Order Universe Venerables. Any lower, and it would be dangerous for them to arrive there. Please. The 9 Candles demon beast gestured to him, and Wang Xian immediately went to the huge bamboo. Wang. The teleportation array was activated, and the surroundings changed in the next instant. Oh, Hualala. Just as he came out of the teleportation array, Wang Xian heard the sounds of seabirds, dire beasts, and waves. The surroundings changed, and a beautiful world that seemed to be from ancient times appeared in his sight. Killing and fighting are prohibited in the Cursed Spirit Village. At this time, a voice was heard. Wang Xian's heart skipped a beat when he heard this voice. He turned his head to the side and saw an old lady standing not far away. The old lady looked very ordinary, so ordinary that Wang Xian could sense that she was only a divine king. What was the strength of a divine king in the chaotic continent? A hurricane could kill them all. The old lady had the appearance of a human, and she was very old. However, her face and body were covered with black tattoos. These tattoos were very strange. Wang Xian felt his heart palpitate when he took a glance at them. The strength of a god king and the strange tattoo. Cursed Spirit Village? Wang Xian's eyes flickered. He did not get this information from the artificial intelligence system. In terms of information, the artificial intelligence system was not omnipotent. However, he had a guess in his mind. Young lad, this must be your first time here. We are cursed, and we are also weak. But please don't bully us. The old lady looked at Wang Xian and chuckled. She seemed very casual. Even when facing a universe venerable like Wang Xian, she did not show the slightest bit of fear or respect. A cursed person? Wang Xian's eyes flickered, and he chuckled. Don't worry, Granny. I wouldn't dare to do that. The cursed. Wang Xian had unintentionally seen similar living beings. These creatures were cursed creatures, but at the same time, some people said they were blessed creatures. It was very difficult for them to cultivate, and it was almost impossible for them to improve. In the records, such living beings had never produced a universe venerable. But don't bully them just because they were weak. They were cursed, and if you killed them, the curse would descend upon you. You would be attacked by horrifying and bizarre attacks. Even the universe dominator would not dare to kill such living beings. Weak, cursed, but also protected by heaven and earth. Chapter 33-23, Pool of Curses. There are rules of the Cursed Spirit Village up ahead. We have to abide by them here, or we will be attacked by the Cursed Spirit Village. As the old lady spoke to Wang Xian, she walked out slowly. Wang Xian looked at him before looking ahead. Rules of Cursed Spirit Village. 1. Fighting is prohibited. Displaying powerful might is prohibited. 2. Do not disturb the Cursed Spirit Village. 3. You are not allowed to ask any questions from the Cursed Spirit Village. Each of the 3 rules seemed to be incomparably powerful. But no one dared to disobey. The cursed people of the Cursed Spirit Village were not only terrifying because of their curses. There was one more thing that was extremely terrifying, and that was the hellfire. The so-called flames of retribution were when someone drove away the wild beasts or ordered their battle pets to kill the cursed people. Then the mastermind would also be cursed. In fact, If he were to kill a large number of cursed people, it might even affect other parts of his bloodline. For example, if an expert of a race killed someone who was cursed, that expert might be cursed to death. That expert's descendants and relatives of the same bloodline might also be killed. Those who were cursed could not be killed. However, such people posed no threat to Wang Xian and the rest. Looking around, Wang Xian flew into the air and took out the map of the blessed and heavenly lands. Looking at the information on the map, he raised his eyebrows slightly. The cursed spirit village actually existed on this map. It seemed that this village had a long history. That direction. However, the map of the blessed and heavenly abode is too blurry. It's so blurry that it can only give us a rough idea. Wang Xian murmured. With a swift move, he flew in that direction. There weren't many experts from other races around. In fact, Wang Xian didn't even see one. The corner of the sea was huge, and those who could reach here were all experts. Soon, Wang Xian arrived above the ocean. There were seabirds and desolate beasts flying around. Some of the seabirds were covered in strange black tattoos. These seabirds were also cursed. Some of the cursed creatures have inherited their parents' curse, while others have other reasons. It seems like there's something strange going on here. Wang Xian mumbled to himself with a cautious look on his face. He did not provoke these seabirds, so naturally, the seabirds did not dare to attack him. Wang Xian did not fly in the sky. Instead, he dived into the ocean. The divine dragon belonged to the ocean. Upon entering the sea, Wang Xian immediately sensed the presence of powerful marine animals in the surroundings. He narrowed his eyes slightly and continued to fly forward without paying any attention to them. Roaming within the corner of the sea, Wang Xian flew deeper. Soon, he sensed that there were some universe supremacy level seaweed, sea trees, and other living things growing below. He did not take them away, but continued flying deeper. Some rank venerables of the venerables. Some venerables. According to the information on the map, Wang Xian arrived at the location 2 days later. And on this day, he had encountered quite a number of desolate beasts. Some venerables heaved. Venerable venerables venerables. Venerables of a venables. Venerables. Wang Wang venerables venerables Wang. While Wang Xian was traversing the seabed, he suddenly sensed a huge change in the seabed ahead. The blue seawater turned black as ink. In the depths of the sea, some strange underwater mountains appeared. Vening venoming Wang. Venus. Xian vening ven gu. Tian gods. Wang Xian looked at the region in front of him. Venerables. But the map given to him by the leader of the deep swamp race was magical. Even with his strength, he could not destroy it. To be able to make such a map, one must be terrifyingly strong. The credibility of this place was not low. Wang Xian entered the region and continued flying forward. When he entered the region, he found his surroundings strange. There are no living creatures here, nor are there any treasures. There are only these mountains in the entire seabed. Wang Xian murmured. His eyes were alert. Because the corner of the sea belonged to the mountains and seas, it was normal for there to be rulers. Therefore, he had to be careful. He continued flying. After flying for another day, he squinted his eyes and stared ahead. On this day of flying, Wang Xian did not see anyone in this region. At this moment, he sensed a special energy fluctuation in front. As a member of the divine dragon race, Wang Xian's senses were very strong. He hesitated for a moment. Then, he concealed himself and flew forward. After flying for a minute, he suddenly saw figures. There were a lot of people, millions of them. They were standing in front of an underwater basin. Inside the basin, there was a strange energy. This energy made Wang Xian's heart palpitate. What's the energy in the basin? It feels weird. Also, what are those figures doing? Wang Xian murmured. His eyes were filled with doubt. He concealed his figure and slowly approached the front. Those millions of figures belonged to humans. At the front, there were thousands of cursed people with naked upper bodies covered in dark tattoos. They were speaking in a strange language. With a wave of their hands, the millions of figures around them flew into the basin. Ah! In an instant, screams were heard. The dark energy in the basin surged towards them. Their faces began to contort and turn hideous. Incomparably tragic cries rang out incessantly. Some people were dying and collapsing rapidly. But the thousands of cursed people at the edge did not show any change in their expressions. Time ticked by. A few hours later, dozens of figures crawled out of the basin. At this moment, their bodies were covered in dark tattoos. They had become cursed people. Huh! Wang Xian was astonished to see this scene. They turned into cursed people on purpose. Out of millions of people, only dozens survived. Wang Xian's expression changed slightly. The scene before him was definitely being manipulated by a powerful clan or force behind the scenes. Otherwise, they wouldn't have exchanged the lives of millions of people for dozens of cursed people. He pondered for a moment and continued to observe from the side for a few hours. Then, he flew forward. That basin should be a naturally formed cursed pond in the chaotic continent. Those who entered it would be attacked by curses. If they survived, they would become cursed people. But the chances of that were slim. Wang Xian did not continue to investigate and continued to fly forward. According to the information on the map, the powerful and blessed Grotto Heavenland should still be in the deeper regions. He continued to fly deeper. A day later, he flew out of the region of Nirvana. The scenery at the bottom of the sea changed drastically. A beautiful seabed appeared in his sight. Buzz buzz. All of a sudden, Wang Xian sensed that the map in the mother nest was trembling. Chapter 33-24. What happened? With a flick of his palm, the map of the blessed and heavenly lands appeared in his hand. At that moment, the blurry map of the blessed and heavenly lands was glowing with white light. A clear map appeared in the center of the map. It was also an ocean basin, but this basin was not pitch black. Instead, it was emitting white light. As it was shown on the treasure map, Wang Xian did not know the exact situation. What's going on? It was a pitch-black basin, and now there was a basin shrouded in white light? When things reach an extreme, they will move in the opposite direction. Wang Xian's eyes flickered. He looked at the route on the map of the blessed and heavenly lands and flew forward. So many aquatic creatures. After flying for less than 3 minutes, Wang Xian suddenly sensed that there were more dire beasts in the surrounding waters. It could even be described as extremely numerous. Desolate beasts emitted powerful auras as they moved in groups. The weakest was at least a level 4 universe venerable. Wang Xian hesitated for a moment. He did not attack these wild beasts and continued flying forward. There was a white dot on the map of the blessed and heavenly abode, and it was not very far away from him. He had no idea what was going on and was ready to head over to check it out. On the map, the white basin wasn't far from the white spot. Of course, if Wang Xian were to fly, he might need a day or two. Concealing himself, Wang Xian flew towards the spot of white light. He realized that the deeper he went, the more dire beasts there were. This area of the sea seemed to be at the extreme end of the previous location. That place was dead silent, but this place was full of vitality. The seabed was abnormally beautiful. There were all sorts of plants and there were many universe supremacy level spirit herbs and spirit trees. Wang Xian even saw an acquired spiritual treasure in the middle of a group of wild beasts. This place was simply a holy land. It should be because of the blessed Grotto Heaven. Every blessed Grotto Heaven will attract various powerful factions to fight over it. Naturally, it will attract desolate beasts. He muttered to himself as he dodged one dire beast after another. He walked towards the spot of light. Wang Xian walked all the way to the bright spot on the map and looked down. Beneath him was a stone. The stone looked very ordinary, but on the surface of the stone, there seemed to be a thin layer cut off. The size of this layer was the same as the map of the blessed and heavenly abode in his hand. He raised an eyebrow and placed the map on it. Buzz! At this moment, the surroundings lit up, and a teleportation array appeared. Wang Xian squinted his eyes slightly. With the Tai Chi dragon plate around him, he stepped into the teleportation device. Buzz! The next moment, his figure appeared at the edge of a basin that was emitting white light. A warm energy enveloped his body, making him feel very comfortable. This is He looked ahead with excitement in his eyes. Blessed Enclave. The basin in front of him that was glowing with white light was the Blessed Enclave. Moreover, it was a blessed land that had not been occupied by other forces. Standing at the edge, Wang Xian could sense a strong force of light. This force could clear his mind and boost his recovery rate. At this moment, he seemed to have received a blessing. His entire body was in a very mystical state. In fact, Wang Xian could even sever his own arm. Just by relying on the power of light, he could recover immediately. I haven't even completely entered the Blessed Enclave, yet I already possess such powerful abilities. What about the deeper parts? Wang Xian murmured as his eyes were filled with excitement. He didn't expect his luck to be so good. A treasure map had brought him here directly. This was simply giving him a heavenly abode. Something's not right. There are wild beasts in the basin? At this moment, Wang Xian squinted his eyes and his dragon eyes flickered. Energy was injected into his dragon eyes, and Wang Xian could vaguely see what was going on inside. Within the basin, there were many wild beasts that emitted the power of light. He didn't know how strong these wild beasts were, but they definitely weren't weak. Whoosh! At this moment, Wang Xian sensed movement behind him. He was taken aback and looked over. More than 1,000 figures were flying towards him rapidly. When Wang Xian saw them, his eyes flickered. To think that there were people here. And it was a force. More than 1,000 experts, and the weakest was at least a rank 5 universe supremacy. Experts from the 9 Candles demon tribe and another force. Wang Xian thought to himself. One was from the 9 Candles demon tribe, and the other was from the human race. However, this human race had a pair of wings of light on their back. They looked a little like the angel race, but they shouldn't be from the angel race. Ha! When Wang Xian saw them, the 1,000-odd people who were flying over also noticed him. The 5 experts who were leading the group were clearly taken aback and were filled with astonishment. They fixed their eyes on Wang Xian and sized him up from head to toe. Which race are you from? How dare you barge into this place? The expert with a pair of radiant wings looked at Wang Xian with flickering eyes and asked. Dragon Palace. Which race are you guys from? Upon hearing the words of the expert with wings of light, Wang Xian didn't hide anything and asked them. Dragon Palace? You are that Dragon King? Upon hearing Wang Xian's words, the expert with the wings of radiance was taken aback and asked. Wang Xian didn't reply and looked at them. We are from the Light Clan, and they are from the 9 Candles demon tribe. The leading expert from the Light Clan said plainly. Light Clan? Wang Xian was slightly shocked upon hearing his introduction. The Light Clan was a famous force at the edge of the chaotic continent. In terms of strength, they were second only to the Wrapped Corpse tribe in the Shaman country. However, no one knew their exact strength. No one knew how strong the Light Clan was. 2 major races had joined forces. Who were they? Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he looked at them. Among the 1,000 experts, all of them reeked of blood. Clearly, they had killed their way here. Are you guys here for the Grotto Heaven? Wang Xian asked them. That's right. The leading expert from the Light Clan answered directly. He looked at Wang Xian warily and asked, Are you here for the Grotto Heaven too? Yes. Wang Xian didn't hide anything. Then what do you mean by that? Are you leaving now, Dragon King, or are we leaving first? The leading expert from the Light Clan squinted his eyes and continued, Or should we chase away the wild beasts in the Grotto Heaven first? Then we'll decide the winner. The experts from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon tribe didn't underestimate Wang Xian. To be able to force the Shaman country to such an extent, they had to take the Dragon King seriously. Hihi, up to you guys. Wang Xian looked at the 5 people at the front and his eyes flickered. He wasn't afraid of 5 rank 8 universe supremacies. Chapter 3325, a sneak attack from the cursed Manon. In front of the basin shrouded in white light, thousands of experts from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon tribe stared at Wang Xian. Wang Xian stared back at them. Both parties had a short standoff. Clearly, the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon tribe had been preparing for this Grotto Heaven for a long time. As for this Grotto Heaven, Wang Xian was determined to get it. This grotto heaven was much stronger than the grotto heaven he had been to in Scorpion Emperor City, Blackwing City, and Five Insect City. The interior of the basin had a special effect. This place is still occupied by some powerful dire beasts. There's no need for us to fight to the death now. Let's chase the dire beasts away first. A rank 8 universe venerable from the Nine Candles demon tribe said plainly. The leading expert from the Light clan remained silent and did not reject. There were still powerful dire beasts in the grotto heaven. Even if they won, it would be useless if they could not chase the dire beasts away. Moreover, the Dragon King could force the Lich Kingdom to such an extent. His strength was definitely not as ordinary as they had imagined. Moreover, he was a purebred divine dragon. Of course I have no objections. Let's kill the dire beasts here first before we fight for it. Upon hearing their words, Wang Xian nodded his head slightly. Whoever was more capable would occupy the grotto heaven. The other party did not attack him directly. Moreover, it was hard to tell what would happen next. If there was a rank 9 universe venerable wild beast in there, no one would be able to occupy this place. Moreover, they could join forces to enter the grotto heaven. By then, they would be able to figure out the other party's strength. All right. The leading expert from the Light clan nodded. In that case, let's chase the dire beasts away or kill them first. If your dragon palace is much stronger than us, there's no need for us to fight for it. All right. Wang Xian smiled faintly when he heard him. He was quite satisfied with this rule. If he displayed his strength, the other party would withdraw from the fight. Of course, if Wang Xian felt that he could not defeat the other party, he would also withdraw. However, the possibility of that was slim. Everyone, get ready to enter. The leading expert from the Light clan looked around and said in a deep voice. Yes. The experts of the two clans answered immediately as they stared at the place in front of them. It had taken them half a year to rush here from the outside, and they had encountered dozens of wild beasts. Some of the desolate beasts had universe level 8 venerables overseeing them. Furthermore, the group of dire beasts that could occupy the center of the blessed enclave was definitely very powerful. Wang Xian swept a glance at them before turning his attention back to the basin ahead. He could vaguely sense that there were powerful desolate beasts in the blessed land. Go. At the side, the experts of the Light clan and the Nine Candles demon clan charged forward. They formed a battle formation and stared ahead cautiously. Wang Xian moved and flew forward as well. At this time, he naturally couldn't just watch from the back. Just the Dragon King alone, the 8-level supremacies from the Light clan and the Nine Candles demon race frowned when they saw Wang Xian. There should be a backup plan. Let's ignore the Dragon King for now. However, we have to be careful in case he suddenly attacks us. The leader of the Light race experts said in a low voice. What kind of desolate beast is that? At this time, Wang Xian's dragon eyes flickered as he stared ahead. Within the blessed land, there were many desolate beasts. These desolate beasts were long and slender, as though they had a pair of sword-like wings. These desolate beasts were lying quietly on the bottom of the sea like a cross. Their bodies were emitting white radiance, and they were motionless. Wang Xian couldn't sense their strength. This is a marine creature. It's not simple. Wang Xian murmured. With a glance, he saw that there were many of these desolate beasts. They weren't huge, only 2 meters in size. At the side, the Light clan and the Nine Candles demon race also saw the desolate beasts ahead and were extremely cautious. Let's test the strength of these desolate beasts first. A rank 8 venerable from the Nine Candles demon race said. He slowly landed on the bottom of the sea and stomped his feet lightly. Fut fut fut. In an instant, razor-sharp bamboos shot out from the bottom of the sea towards the desolate beasts. Wang. When the expert from the Nine Candles demon race struck, everyone felt as though they were being watched. The razor-sharp bamboos were easily dodged by the desolate beasts. In the next instant, beams of light swords shot towards them. In an instant, more than 1,000 of these desolate beasts launched their attacks. Wang Xian was also engulfed by the attacks. All the attacks are no weaker than a rank 6 universe venerable. Such powerful strength. Wang Xian sensed the attacks and narrowed his eyes. These desolate beasts were very strong. Kill. Without any hesitation, he swung his arm and faced the incoming light sword. Desolate beasts were also a very powerful resource. Kill them all. The experts from the Light Clan and the Nine Candles demon race immediately ordered loudly when they sensed the attacks of the desolate beasts ahead. Among this group of desolate beasts, there weren't any rank 8 universe venerables. It was probably because they were at the border of the blessed land and could be killed as soon as possible. Swish, swish, swish. Seeing the experts charging towards them, the group of desolate beasts didn't roar. Instead, they moved like a beam of light and attacked rapidly. Dragon Eye Lock. Wang Xian saw the group of desolate beasts. Without any hesitation, he attacked them with his chains. Swish, swish, swish. Long chains entangled them and instantly covered more than 100 desolate beasts, entangling their bodies. Against Wang Xian's attack, these desolate beasts couldn't resist at all. GG. However, what shocked Wang Xian the next moment was that the desolate beasts that were entangled by the chains let out horrified cries. Their bodies began to crumble gradually, with only a white glow connecting their bodies. They even gave up on some areas that were completely entangled by the chains. More than 100 desolate beasts dodged Wang Xian's attack. Their crumbling bodies quickly solidified under the white glow, as though they weren't injured at all. Wang. Without any hesitation, they retreated. A shrill sound reverberated in the surroundings. What a strange ability, what a strong recovery ability. Wang Xian's expression changed when he saw this. The recovery ability of these desolate beasts was abnormally terrifying. This might have a lot to do with the blessed land. They're escaping. Chase them. The rank 8 universe venerable from the Nine Candles demon race and the Light Clan bellowed. They had also encountered the same situation as Wang Xian. Chapter 33-26. A sneak attack from the cursed Manin. Don't you dare. Wang Xian's eyes turned cold when he saw the 100-odd dire beasts trying to escape. His body moved, and the unbeginning sacred wings appeared behind him. He attacked them at a terrifying speed. Fut, fut, fut. As he waved his palm, a greyish destructive force engulfed them completely. The powerful destructive power instantly caused their vitality to disappear. Wang Xian waved his arm and kept the 100-odd dire beast corpses. Beside them, the 5 Nine Candles demon race's 5 level 8 universe supremacies unleashed their full strength and attacked the desolate beasts one after another. GG. Ear-piercing sounds reverberated throughout the grotto heaven as the dire beasts let out anxious cries for help. Hualala. At this time, a beam of light shone from the center of the grotto heaven. The light enveloped the fleeing dire beasts and increased their speed by 10 times. The experts from the Light Race and Nine Candles demon race were shocked when they saw this. Watch out! They yelled. Wang Xian focused his eyes and saw dire beasts that were 3 to 4 meters in size charging towards them. Their bodies were like crosses, but they were extremely sharp. A rank 8 universe supremacy wild beast locked onto Wang Xian and attacked him like a beam of light. There was not only one rank 8 universe supremacy wild beast in front. There were at least 10 of them. The experts from the Light Race and Nine Candles demon race were shocked when they saw this. I'll kill one first. Wang Xian did not care about the 2 races. He focused his eyes on the dire beast that was charging towards him, and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. Whoosh! The dire beast attacked, and they met it head-on. They approached at a terrifying speed. Wang! The dire beast was like a cross made of light swords, trying to pierce through Wang Xian's body. However, the Tai Chi dragon circled around Wang Xian. The rank 8 universe supremacy wild beast collided with it and trembled. Wang Xian stretched out his arm and turned it into a dragon claw, grabbing at it. The 5 elements grindstone released a greyish energy that engulfed the dire beast instantly. Fut! Wang Xian grabbed it and a powerful force landed on it. The horrifying energy melted its vitality. However, at this moment, Wang Xian felt a terrifying resistance coming from his body. This power resisted the power of annihilation. This is. A universe level 8 venerable shouldn't have such a strong resistance. Is it because of this paradise? Wang Xian murmured. The dragon power from his dragon claw obliterated him instantly. However, at this moment, he saw a flash of light force on his dragon claw, which made him raise his eyebrows slightly. Whoosh! In the next moment, he locked onto a universe venerable level 8 desolate beast and attacked it again. Pu. Wang Xian's speed was terrifying. With the 5 elements grindstone in his dragon claws, energy surged into it. An ice sword flew out of the 5 elemental grindstone and instantly pierced through a universe venerable rank 8 desolate beast. With one strike, a universe venerable level 8 desolate beast was directly cut in half. However, something that surprised Wang Xian happened again. His attacks were imbued with powerful destructive energy. The moment it pierced through the desolate beast, the energy surged into the desolate beast's body, destroying its vitality. However, the desolate beast's injuries were not very serious. Its severed body slowly fused back together. Swoosh! Seeing this, Wang Xian flapped his unbeginning saint wings and instantly appeared above the beast. He grabbed it with his dragon claws and completely obliterated it. Ah, be careful. At this moment, the Light Clan's level 7 universe supremacy screamed in horror. His body had been pierced by a desolate beast. But soon, a shocking scene occurred. His pierced wound was rapidly recovering. This blessed grotto heaven has an extremely terrifying regenerative ability. A light race level 8 universe expert roared. Such powerful regenerative powers were not only beneficial to desolate beasts, but also to them. Seeing this, Wang Xian's eyes flickered. He moved and once again locked onto a universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beast and attacked it. GGGG. That universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beast saw Wang Xian attacking and let out a hurried sound. Immediately, 3 universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beasts stared at Wang Xian with vigilance in their eyes. They moved and attacked Wang Xian in unison. His killing of 2 universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beasts had attracted the attention of the desolate beast experts. SSS, that Dragon King is so strong. He has already killed 2 universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beast. At the side, the experts from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles Demon Tribe were shocked when they saw the 4 wild beasts surrounding Wang Xian. Just now, Wang Xian had killed 2 desolate beasts of the same level. His strength had shocked them. No wonder the Lick Kingdom has lowered their heads to the Dragon King. His strength is really terrifying, they thought to themselves. With Wang Xian sharing a large portion of the universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beasts, it was much easier for them to deal with them. Wang Xian's expression did not change in the slightest as he faced the attack of 4 universe level 8 venerable rank 8 desolate beasts. 4 desolate beasts. He could deal with them and even kill them. However, as this was within the paradise, the recovery rate of injuries was extremely terrifying. This battle would probably last for a very long time. Is the effect of this paradise really so terrifying? At the same time, a group of over 400 people walked over from behind Wang Xian. They were flying around unscrupulously. When the surrounding desolate beasts saw them, they immediately avoided them. Over 400 people. Half of them had dark tattoos all over their bodies. The other half of them were in an encirclement formation. The cursed people were weak. However, some desolate beasts would also avoid them as they were afraid of the power of the curse on them. In the middle, there were over 200 mechas. There were also 2 cursed elders beside the leading dark gold mecha. That's for sure. How can a paradise that corresponds to the cursed pool be weak? An old man with a walking stick said plainly. Hee, alright then. Let's work together to take down this place. However, you said that the Light Race and 9 Candles Race have already entered. When the time comes, the 9 Candles Race and Light Race's rank 8 Cosmos experts will be handed over to you. The Dark Gold Mecha said in a robotic voice. That's not a problem. With your mecha, it'll be easy for us to kill them. The cursed old man said plainly. There's a battle ahead. Get ready. The Dark Gold Mecha stared ahead. As the data entered its mind, it ordered. Get ready. The 2 cursed elders scanned their surroundings. The group of cursed people clenched their fists as the mecha covered their bodies. Chapter 3327, Rumble, rumble, rumble. These wild beasts are really hard to kill in this grotto heaven. Within the grotto heaven, Wang Xian attacked the 4 rank 8 universe venerable realm wild beasts. 1 against 4, Wang Xian was not at a disadvantage. In fact, he had the upper hand, completely suppressing the 4 wild beasts. However, these wild beasts were too hard to kill. Wang Xian's attacks tore their bodies apart, but they could recover quickly. Due to the enhancement of the grotto heaven, their vitality was abnormally terrifying. On the other hand, as the wild beasts could not break through Wang Xian's defense, the strong recovery ability of the grotto heaven was of no use to him. I'm afraid it will take a long time to kill these 4 wild beasts, Wang Xian murmured. At the side, the experts from the Light Clan and the 9-candle demon race were fighting the wild beasts. They were in a stalemate. When they injured the wild beasts, they could recover quickly. When the wild beasts injured them, they could recover quickly. Overall, with 1 more rank 8 universe venerable on their side, the 2 races still had the upper hand. As long as I can get this grotto heaven, everything will be worth it. Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he continued to fight, slowly whittling away the vitality of the wild beasts. Huh! At this moment, he sensed someone flying towards him from behind. Wang Xian took a glance and saw mechas flying towards him. Each mecha exuded a powerful aura. Are they the people that Ancestor Guang and the 9-candle demon race called over? He raised an eyebrow and his eyes flickered. Buzz buzz buzz. However, something that surprised Wang Xian happened. 2 mechas flew towards him and shot out beams of laser beams. The attack power of the laser beams was not strong, only around the rank 5 universe venerable level. Sneak attack. Who are they? What are they doing? Wang Xian was stunned as he completely ignored the laser beams that were flying towards him. The Tai Chi dragon plate easily blocked the laser beams that landed on his body. At the side, the mechas also attacked the experts from the Light Clan and the 9-candle demon race. Laser beams shrouded the 5 rank 8 universe venerables from the 2 races. Courting death. The experts of the Light Clan and the 9 candles demon race were enraged by the sudden ambush. 3 of them waved their arms, and a terrifying attack engulfed the mechs. Boom! In the next moment, a series of attacks landed on the mecha. Boom boom boom! More than a dozen mechas instantly exploded into pieces. Be careful, there's something courting death coming. A few level 8 universe venerables from the Light race and 9 candles demon race ordered their subordinates coldly. Ah! However, at this moment, cries of agony came from the 3 rank 8 venerables who had retaliated just now. They covered their faces in horror as black tattoos appeared on their bodies. The densely packed black tattoos entered their bodies. In an instant, the 3 of them looked extremely ferocious. Their flesh and blood began to fall, and their life force rapidly flowed away. Even though they were in the Blessed Enclave, which possessed powerful recovery abilities, they were still unable to recover. The terrifying black tattoos entered their bodies completely, and the 3 rank 8 universe venerables collapsed at the bottom of the sea. Father! Father! An old man from the Light Clan stared at the corpses at the bottom of the sea as he screamed in horror and sorrow. Ah, my body, my body. But suddenly, he stared at his own body in horror. On his arm, a slightly illusory black tattoo had appeared. These black tattoos also surged into his body. Oh no, that's a curse, a curse. The people in the mecha that 3rd elder and the rest killed were cursed people. One of the 9 candles monstrous race's 8th order universe venerable shouted as his expression changed drastically. Once the cursed people killed the other party, they would suffer the revenge of the curse. This curse was so terrifying that even the universe rulers had to be wary of it. The people in the mecha just now were cursed people. Wang Xian's expression changed when he heard what the 9 candles demon race said. He didn't dare to touch such a strange thing. He, who was about to destroy the 2 mechas in front of him, stopped immediately as his eyes flickered. Swish swish. However, he didn't retaliate. The 2 mechas charged at him fearlessly, and beams of lasers landed on his body. Although the Tai Chi dragon plate could block the laser beams, the scene before him still pissed him off. Swish swish swish. At this moment, a few hundred mechas flew towards them from behind. More than 400 mechas bombarded them. Wang Xian frowned when he saw this. Swish, swish, swish. More than a dozen mechas attacked Wang Xian, and a series of terrifying attacks engulfed him. One of the attacks was comparable to a Rank 8 Universe Venerables. Rank 8 Universe Venerables? Wang Xian's expression changed. In the universe, the pinnacle of technology hadn't reached the level of the universe rulers. However, it had reached the pinnacle of the universe supremacy. Even so, there were very few technologically advanced races in the chaotic continent. As a result, Rank 8 Universe Venerables were exceptionally rare. But now, a Universe Venerable Level 8 mecha had appeared and was attacking them. Wang Xian moved and dodged the attack of the mecha. His expression changed slightly, but he still didn't retaliate. This was because he was afraid that the one piloting the mecha was a cursed person. If he killed the other party, he would have to pay a hefty price, or even die. Aggrieved, Wang Xian moved and dodged to the side. He didn't want to fight with the wild beast. GGGG. When the wild beasts saw Wang Xian leaving, they locked onto the mechas in the air and got ready to attack. Ka. But at this moment, more than a dozen mechas flew over. One by one, the mechas fell off, revealing the cursed people inside. When the wild beasts saw them, their eyes were filled with fear. They didn't want to provoke them and let out a few low growls. Who are you? The cursed spirit village has always been on good terms with the Nine Candles demon tribe. Why did you attack us? One of the experts from the Nine Candles demon tribe questioned with a bitter expression. Good terms? We are working together, but you don't even give us 10% of the profits. Is this considered good terms? Get out now. This blessed land belongs to the cursed spirit village. A cold voice came from one of the mechas. It's really the cursed spirit village. Where did you get so many powerful mechas? Hearing his words, the people from the Nine Candles demon tribe looked terrible. Chapter 33:28. You don't need to know. Kill them. The people from the cursed spirit village did not care about the Nine Candles demon tribe. One of the mechas roared and attacked them. Among these 400 over mechas, there were a total of 4 Universe Venerables at level 8. This power, if placed at the edge of the Great Desolate Continent, would definitely be an extremely powerful and terrifying existence. The other mechas also attacked the Light Race and the Nine Candles demon tribe. Die. In front of Wang Xian, the Rank 8 Universe Venerable mecha attacked him again. What a creepy thing. Wang Xian could not help but curse. He was confident that he could kill this mecha instantly. However, there might be a cursed person inside, so he didn't dare to destroy it. This caused him to feel slightly annoyed and aggrieved. Oh no, retreat. The Light Race and the Nine Candles demon tribe were even more passive against the cursed spirit village's mechas. As long as they fought back and killed them, they would be attacked by the cursed people. However, if they did not fight back, the mechas were still terrifying. They could even kill Rank 8 Universe Supremacies. Under such circumstances, the Light Race and the Nine Candles demon tribe could not fight back at all. They could only run and get away. Especially now, 3 out of the 5 Rank 8 Universe Supremacies had been killed. This was a huge loss for the Light Race and the Nine Candles demon tribe. The Rank 8 Universe Supremacies of the 2 races tried their best to resist. The rest of the members immediately disappeared and returned to their own holy kingdoms. Fortunately, they were in the Grotto Heaven and had strong recovery abilities. The Grotto Heaven and Grotto Heaven had no effect on the mechas. Let's go. When the last 2 8th Order Universe Venerables saw their subordinates leave, their figures flashed and instantly disappeared. Who is that guy? Why does he have the strength of a Rank 8 Universe Supremacy? They are not with the Light Race and the Nine Candles demon tribe. The mecha in front of Wang Xian asked in a mechanical voice after the Light Race and the Nine Candles demon tribe had left. I don't know. Kill him. Over 100 mechas attacked Wang Xian immediately. Wang Xian frowned slightly. He flapped his unbeginning sacred wings and flew to the side. Given his speed, the mechas could not catch up to him. This group of people is really disgusting. The cursed people are using technological means to explode with great strength. Moreover, there are death warriors among them. This is going to be a bit troublesome. Wang Xian shook off the group of mechas and his expression was a little ugly. He had just witnessed how strong the curse was. 3 rank 8 universe supremacies could not resist it at all. They were only a dozen or so people who had been cursed, and they had even implicated their descendants. Strange and terrifying. Moreover, they were quite compatible with that technology. Creating death warriors was simply exchanging the weak for the strong. For many races, this was a huge profit. Let's take a look around. Wang Xian wasn't willing to give up on the Grotto Heaven and Blessed Land. With a swift move, he circled the Grotto Heaven and Blessed Land. The surface area of the entire Blessed Paradise wasn't all that big. However, at this moment, the cursed beings were flying around without a care in the world. None of the desolate beasts dared to attack them. They seemed to be investigating the situation and preparing to occupy that place. These cursed people are so weak. How did they get such powerful mechas? Which force is behind this? Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he thought of the publicly acknowledged strongest force at the edge of the chaotic continent. The Iron and Steel Union. If the Lick Nation was to be ranked in the top 3, it would definitely not be number 1. That was because the number 1 was the Iron and Steel Union. This was a technological force, and also the strongest technological force in the chaotic continent. In the entire universe, the Iron and Steel Union's technological forces could be ranked in the top 3. One could imagine their strength. The people from the Cursed Spirit Village might have gotten their mechas from the Iron and Steel Union. Of course, it could also be other technological races. If I want to compete for this Grotto Heaven and Blessed Land, I have to master a way, and that is to resist the power of the curse. Wang Xian thought to himself. The power of this curse was very strong, and it involved special karma forces and bloodline powers. Wang Xian moved and immediately flew to the back. He wanted to take a look at the Pond of Curses. Wang Xian was very fast. 2 days later, he arrived at the pitch-black and Dead Sea region. When he flew to the center, a strange energy rushed over. At this moment, there was no one around the Pond of Curses. This place was not a treasure trove, and people would want to avoid it. Therefore, no one came over. Wang Xian approached the strange basin, and the closer he got, the more he could feel a strange energy eroding towards him. This strange energy was trying to enter Wang Xian's body. The source of this energy is still darkness, but it's a variant of darkness. Wang Xian resisted the energy and walked to the edge of the basin. Standing here was the limit of his physical resistance. Once he entered the basin, he would probably be attacked by horrifying forces. Can the heart of light and darkness that I have resist this curse? Can the progenitor tree resist this curse? The heart of light and darkness and the progenitor tree were Wang Xian's trump cards to resist this strange curse. The darkness of the heart of light and darkness was the source of darkness. He could give it a try. As he pondered, he moved his body and the Tai Chi dragon plate gradually appeared around him. The dark part of the Tai Chi dragon plate gradually turned into a black dragon and flew towards the basin. Wang. The moment the black dragon entered the basin, it was attacked by a horrifying force. Waves of strange dark energy surged into the black dragon's body. At this moment, Wang Xian could feel the Tai Chi dragon plate collapsing. Roar roar. At the side, the light divine dragon roared and flew to the side of the black dragon. Tai Chi revolved and immediately fled towards Wang Xian. It couldn't be resisted. The Tai Chi dragon plate couldn't withstand this strange attack. In fact, it would be damaged if it lingered for a few more seconds. The Tai Chi dragon plate can withstand the attack of a level 9 universe supremacy. Wang Xian couldn't help but sigh in his heart as his expression changed. This strange power of darkness seems to have a soul. He mumbled and hesitated for a moment. With a move of his palm, a grayish branch appeared in his hand. Soul returning wood. The soul returning wood could absorb souls. Of course, it could only absorb the souls of members of the Dragon Palace. This dark energy could invade everything. What if he put the soul returning wood in? Would the branch of the soul returning wood be destroyed? Wang Xian felt that the possibility was slim. After all, the mother of the soul returning wood was the progenitor tree. He didn't think a pond of curse could go against a heaven yuan creation treasure. I wonder what will happen, he mumbled and put the soul-returning wood into the pond of curse. Peak. Chapter 33-29, Cursed Dragon. Down wung wung wung. When the soul-returning wood entered the pond of curse, waves of curse energy surged towards the soul-returning wood. The curse energy was trying to destroy the soul-returning wood completely. Wang Xian stared at the branches of the soul-returning wood with glistening eyes. Wung wung wung. When the soul-returning wood was attacked, it emitted a grayish energy. The soul-returning wood was originally a treasure of the Universe Lord level. It was extremely powerful. Moreover, it had the progenitor tree as its backer. The pond of curses was indeed strange. Even a universe ruler might die if he entered. The soul-returning wood, which had just stepped into the periphery, was wrapped in grayish energy. Against the invasion of the curse, it was not damaged at all. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows slightly and watched quietly. Time passed slowly. The soul-returning wood was not damaged at all, but there were no changes. This made Wang Xian frown slightly. He hesitated for a moment before putting half of his arm into the pond of curse as well. When his arm entered, the curse energy surged towards Wang Xian's body immediately. With a thought, the heart of light and darkness in his body revolved. The dark energy blocked his arm to prevent the curse from entering his body. It's working. When the energy of the heart of light and darkness blocked his arm, the strange curse energy was blocked. Although it was blocked, Wang Xian's arm was rapidly invaded by the strange curse energy. He saw black tattoos appearing on his arm. The dark tattoos covered his arm densely and looked exactly like the arms of the cursed person. Wang Xian sensed his arm. His arm was invaded by the curse energy. Although he could move, he felt the energy was blocked and his attack power was greatly reduced. He extended his arm and it was completely covered by the strange dark tattoos as though they had merged into one. After leaving the range of the pond of curse, Wang Xian looked at his arm and had a thought. The energy of the heart of light and darkness was expelled towards the strange dark tattoos. Wang Xian could feel his arm trembling as the power of the curse was being expelled. However, this expulsion did not dissipate immediately. Instead, it surged towards his palm. The dark tattoo on his palm surged toward the soul-returning wood on his arm. The power of the soul-returning wood was very strong. The moment it reached the tip of the soul-returning wood, it stopped. Therefore, the dark tattoos could only gather together and form a sphere. The ball was inserted into the soul-returning wood. Wang Xian was stunned when he saw this. At this moment, he could feel a peculiar energy within the ball being worn away. It was as though it had become one with the soul-returning wood. No, it was exactly the same as the soul-returning fetus fruit. However, this soul-returning fetus fruit was unique in that it did not have a soul. Wang Xian looked at this creepy fruit and his eyes flickered. What if the members of the Dragon Palace devoured it? Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he thought of the millions of people who entered the pond of curse not long ago. In the end, only a few dozen of them survived. Would he be able to become a cursed creature if he devoured it? With a thought, Wang Xian immediately informed Enlai to draw an altar and get him to bring a member of the Dragon Palace over. Dragon King. Soon, Enlai brought a member who had just joined the Dragon Palace. Swallow this, Wang Xian instructed as he looked at him. This new member of the Dragon Palace had evolved into a berserk dragon species. Yes, Dragon King. The member of the Dragon Palace nodded his head and swallowed it immediately. Wang. As soon as he swallowed the dark sphere, his body immediately began to change. The dark tattoo slowly appeared on his body and quickly spread across his entire body. He looked down and frowned slightly as he could not feel any pain. Dragon King, I feel that my strength is declining rapidly. My control over my attributes is also declining. Soon, his expression changed as he spoke immediately. I'm fine. Wang Xian shook his head. A few minutes later, the member of the Dragon Palace before him had completely turned into a cursed existence. How do you feel? Wang Xian asked him. Dragon King, my strength has declined. In the past, I could fight 3 levels higher than me. Now, I can only fight 1 level higher. Besides, I feel that there's a peculiar energy in my body, he said to Wang Xian with widened eyes. Great. I'll bring you to test it out. Wang Xian's eyes sparkled as he flew out with the member of the Dragon Palace. A day later, he flew out of this desolate land and found a level 5 universe venerable realm wild beast. The member of the Dragon Palace who had evolved into a cursed level 1 universe venerable realm. As he could only fight one level higher than him, his bloodline was similar to some middle-level races in the universe. Go, attack this wild beast and let it kill you. After that, I'll resurrect you. Wang Xian instructed him immediately. Yes, Dragon King. The member of the Dragon Palace did not hesitate as he attacked the wild beast. Boom. Without any hesitation, he launched an attack. Seeing someone attacking him, the wild beast was enraged as wind blades circled around its body. However, when it saw the face of the member of the Dragon Palace, it revealed a fearful look. It immediately retracted its hand and did not dare to attack. However, the member of the Dragon Palace flashed and came to the side of the wild beast. The wind blades around him killed it instantly. When the wild beast saw this, it jumped in fright and was extremely terrified. In less than a minute, it let out a blood-curdling scream that was filled with fear and despair. The curse wrapped around its body and it died slowly. Wang Xian flew over and watched the wild beast die. He took out the soul-returning wood. The soul of the member of the Dragon Palace flew over and gradually condensed into a soul-returning fetus fruit. In the past, the soul-returning fetus fruits were all grey in color. But now, the soul-returning fetus fruit was a little black. What a powerful curse. Even if he resurrects after death, he can't get rid of the curse. No wonder this curse can curse people with similar bloodlines. Wang Xian murmured as his eyes sparkled. After the member of the Dragon Palace was resurrected, he could be considered a new species of dragon. Let's call him the Cursed Dragon, he murmured. Although the Cursed Dragon could only fight one level higher than him, the level of creepiness made even Wang Xian feel disgusted. The universe dominators avoided this cursed creature as they did not want to get involved with this disgusting thing. If there was a cursed dragon in the Dragon Palace, it would indeed be quite frightening, not to mention anything else. If the Dragon Palace killed it, he would be finished. Most importantly, a universe venerable level 1 cursed dragon could possibly replace a pinnacle universe venerable enemy. This was a huge win. Chapter 33:30. You dare to kill us? However, although the Dragon Palace can give birth to a cursed dragon, and if the cursed dragon kills the cursed person, it won't be cursed. However, the opponent still has that powerful mech. This is still a problem. The best way is to be able to resist this strange curse myself. Wang Xian murmured. Although the heart of light and darkness could expel the curse from his body, it would take some time. If he directly entered the pond of curse, the curse would instantly erupt. Even if he didn't die, he would be severely injured. If he directly killed hundreds of cursed people, it would be very troublesome. Let's continue experimenting. As Wang Xian spoke, he moved and returned to the front of the pond of curse. Using the same method, he condensed another cursed soul-returning fetus. He looked at the soul-returning fetus fruit and sized it up. Should I let the clone on the Tai Chi dragon plate give it a try? Wang Xian's mind raced. Right now, the Tai Chi dragon plate was controlled by his dark and light doppelgangers. What would happen if the dark doppelganger swallowed the fruit? We can give it a try. If it doesn't work, the heart of light and darkness can expel it. Wang Xian contemplated for a moment. The Tai Chi dragon plate was created by him using his light and dark doppelgangers. Now, the doppelgangers had already turned into souls and no longer had a physical body. In a situation where there was no physical body, after being cursed, perhaps the circulation of energy would not be blocked, and the strength of the clone would not be reduced. Moreover, he had the heart of light and darkness to suppress it, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem. As long as he succeeded, he would have the confidence to resist the power of the curse. After thinking about it, he began to experiment. He summoned the Tai Chi dragon plate. The Tai Chi dragon plate could devour light and darkness treasures, so it could naturally absorb this sphere as well. Buzz. After absorbing it, the Tai Chi dragon plate did not change much. But soon, Wang Xian realized that the black part of the Tai Chi dragon plate was even darker. Moreover, there was something strange about it. You succeeded. Wang Xian raised an eyebrow. With a shift of his body, the Tai Chi dragon plate enveloped him completely. He moved and reached into the pond of curse in front of him. Buzz! The curse energy from his clothes invaded him. As the Tai Chi dragon plate spun, not only did the curse energy not enter Wang Xian's body, but it was also absorbed by the Tai Chi dragon plate. His eyes were filled with joy. With a slight movement, he entered the pond of curse. Success! Under the protection of the Tai Chi dragon plate, Xiao Chen's body was not attacked at all. Moreover, based on Wang Xian's senses, the Tai Chi dragon board should have undergone some special changes, which had yet to be discovered. Now I can fight against those cursed people. Wang Xian's eyes gleamed coldly. That group of fellows attacked him unscrupulously. Now, he could slaughter them all. Wang Xian made a move and immediately flew towards the grotto heaven and blessed land. After flying for 2 days, Wang Xian arrived at the front of the grotto heaven again. Woo woo woo. Just as he stepped into the beautiful seabed that was filled with life, he suddenly saw desolate beasts fleeing in the opposite direction. Wang Xian frowned when he saw the wild beasts fleeing in all directions. Have they already begun to banish the desolate beasts here? Wang Xian's eyes flickered. Roar! At this moment, a ferocious-looking marine creature was fleeing in his direction. When it saw Wang Xian in front of it, it let out a loud roar. Wang Xian looked over. In this region, the desolate beasts were not weak. The desolate beast in front of him had the strength of a rank 6 universe venerable. This was not weak. With a thought, Wang Xian stood still while the Tai Chi dragon board floated around him. Fart! The ferocious-looking beast had long claws and clawed at Wang Xian. However, when the claws landed on the Tai Chi dragon board, it did not budge. Wang! At this moment, Wang Xian felt a rebounding force coming from the Tai Chi dragon board. This rebounding force was twice as strong as the attack of the desolate beast. Fart! The expression of the desolate beast changed drastically. A black scar appeared on its body as it fled in horror. Wang Xian swung his arm and killed it. It has an additional ability to reflect the opponent's attack. Is this the cause of the curse? Wang Xian looked at the Tai Chi dragon board in surprise. This is pretty impressive. The attack of the desolate beast was reflected back to it at least twice as strong. Let's go and take a look. Wang Xian moved and arrived at the teleportation point on the grotto heaven map. He disappeared through the teleportation formation. Wang. When he reappeared, he was already in front of the basin of the grotto heaven and paradise. He looked around and immediately fixed his eyes in front of him. Someone's there. It's not that mecha. Wang Xian looked to his right and immediately concealed himself. He approached that direction carefully. Cursed Spirit Village, are you guys courting death? You killed the experts of our 9 Candles Demon Tribe and destroyed the teleportation formation between our 9 Candles Demon Tribe and Cursed Spirit Village. Do you really think we can't do anything to you? A voice sounded in Wang Xian's ears. He looked over and his eyes flickered. In front of him were the experts of the 9 Candles Demon Tribe and the Light Clan. There were only 9 experts. However, all 9 of them were rank 8 universe venerables. In front of them were a group of cursed people. Among them was a familiar figure to Wang Xian. It was the old lady from the Cursed Spirit Village. Wang Xian had seen this old lady when he was teleported over. Just like the last time he saw her, her face was filled with indifference and disdain. It was a look that showed that he did not put any experts in his eyes. The group of cursed people like them indeed had the right to do so. Hey, so what if you killed us? Why? Do you want revenge? Do you dare? It was the old lady who spoke. She stared coldly at the experts of the Light Clan and the 9 Candles Demon Tribe. Cursed Spirit Village, we were the ones who found this grotto heaven. If you want to occupy this place, you should consider the consequences. Do you really think we can't do anything to you cursed people? An expert from the Light Clan stared at them with murderous intent. This grotto heaven will be the territory of the Cursed Spirit Village from now on. If you dare to enter, you can give it a try. An old man from the cursed spirit village said coldly. Are you relying on the Iron and Steel Union? The expert in the middle of the 9 Candles demon tribe asked with a sullen face. We, the cursed spirit village, do not rely on anyone. We are merely cooperating with them. The old lady said emotionlessly. She glanced at the 9 of them and said, get out of the territory of the cursed spirit village immediately. Otherwise, don't blame us for being rude in the future. You, the expert from the 9 Candles demon tribe, was enraged. What? Do you have the guts to kill us? Otherwise, get lost. This grotto heaven belongs to the cursed spirit village. An old man sneered. Chapter 33-31, Kill on top. In front of the grotto heaven, the 8 rank 9 supremacies from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon race glared at the people from the cursed spirit village. Their expressions were extremely awkward. The 2 races had paid a huge price for this blessed grotto heaven. From the moment they found this grotto heaven to the moment they charged in from the surrounding wild beasts, they had lost hundreds of supremacies and used up a lot of treasures. But now, it was occupied by the cursed spirit village that they had always looked down on. This made their faces darken. Hee hee. The people from the cursed spirit village lifted their heads slightly and looked at them with disdain and contempt. They had nothing to fear now. With a group of mechas, they would attack anyone who dared to compete with them. Once they killed them, the other party would not be able to live. The curse that they hated in the past had now become their trump card. At the back, Wang Xian saw this scene and squinted his eyes. With a swift movement, he no longer concealed himself and flew over. Huh! Wang Xian's appearance attracted the experts from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon race. They looked over with flickering eyes. Dragon King! An expert from the 9 Candles demon race shouted. Wang Xian nodded at them. He did not have much dislike for the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon race. Although they were competitors, it was considered a fair competition. Whoever was more powerful would occupy this place. If the Dragon Palace was more powerful, the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon race would not compete with them. Similarly, Wang Xian's side was the same. Perhaps the other party did not have much of an opinion on who occupied the place. However, they had a strong opinion on the cursed spirit village. Especially when the other party attacked them with mechas at the beginning. 3 rank 8 supremacies from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon race were killed because of that. This was a huge feud for the Light Clan and the 9 Candles demon race. Wang Xian was disgusted by them as well. Cursed spirit village, you bunch of cursed people want to occupy this place. You will pay the price in the future. Our 3 races will find a way to annihilate you. An expert from the Light Clan looked at Wang Xian and said with a sullen face. Ha ha ha, you want us to pay the price? You dogs, I don't care if you have 2 or 3 races. If you have the guts, I'll come and destroy you. If you don't have the guts, then scram. Don't disturb us here. At the back, a middle-aged man with a curse spirit cursed loudly. Ha ha, that's right. What's the point of just standing here? All of you are peak experts of the great desolate continent. If you have the guts, come and kill us. Scram if you don't dare, you bunch of trash. As soon as the middle-aged man finished speaking, the young man beside him also scolded mockingly. They stared at Wang Xian and the group of experts in front of them with ferocious and excited faces. Scolding the experts of the 3 major races was simply too satisfying, especially since the other party didn't dare to attack them. Hee hee. Upon hearing their words, Wang Xian's eyes turned cold. He sneered, do you really think I can't do anything to you? The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, right? I know you, but we don't care if you are the Dragon King or whatever. Don't shoot your mouth off here. Fight if you have the guts, idiot. A young man stared at Wang Xian, lifted his head slightly and spoke with disdain. Damn it. Upon hearing their insults, the 9 experts from the Light Clan and 9 Candles demon tribe were embarrassed. They were all peak experts of the great desolate continent and had never met anyone who dared to humiliate them like this. However, there was nothing they could do in the face of such humiliation. Wang. However, as soon as the young man finished his words, Wang Xian moved. In a flash, he came to the side of the young man. When the young man saw Wang Xian appearing in front of him, he was taken aback and broke out in cold sweat. Ha ha ha, what's wrong? You're flustered and exasperated. Come at me if you have the guts, trash. However, in the next moment, the young man pointed at Wang Xian and sneered. Hee hee. The people of the cursed spirit village looked at the scene coldly. Dragon King, don't be rash. Behind, the experts from the Light Clan and Nine Candles Demon Tribe were shocked and immediately reminded Wang Xian. Bam! Wang Xian looked at the young man who was staring at him with disdain. With a smile, Wang Xian extended his arm and grabbed the young man's neck. You! Kill me if you have the guts. The young man's face turned red instantly as he stared at Wang Xian with hatred. Dragon King, I advise you not to offend our curse spirit village. Our curse spirit village isn't afraid of you. If you don't want endless troubles in the future, you'd better scram now. The old lady at the side stared at Wang Xian and said coldly. Even though Wang Xian was just inches away from them, they weren't fearful at all. Oh! Wang Xian smiled. Arth! At this moment, the young man who was grabbing Wang Xian's neck let out a miserable scream. Layers of flames appeared on his body and burned his body bit by bit. The dark tattoos gave off a creepy glow and surged towards Wang Xian. What? Behind, the experts from the Nine Candles Demon Tribe and Light Clan were shocked when they saw Wang Xian attacking the people of the Curse Spirit Village. Was this a mutual destruction? Wang. However, when the curses spread to Wang Xian, the Tai Chi dragon plate around him began to spin. The power of the curses surged towards the Tai Chi dragon plate and was absorbed bit by bit. Ah! The young man continued to scream as the flames released by Wang Xian burned his body bit by bit. A First-Order God Emperor dared to scold him? How dare he be so arrogant in front of me? Relying on the curse? What? At this moment, the people from the Curse Spirit Village were shocked to see Wang Xian torturing their fellow villagers bit by bit. When they saw that Wang Xian wasn't affected by the curse, their expressions changed drastically. Huh! Why isn't the Dragon King affected by the power of the curse? The experts from the Light Clan and Nine Candles Demon Tribe narrowed their eyes when they saw this. Torturing a cursed person in such a manner would definitely cause him to be attacked by the power of the curse. However, the Dragon King didn't seem to be affected at all. Come on, continue your scolding. Wang Xian looked at the young man in front of him and sneered. Clatter. As he spoke, chains spread out in all directions, trapping the hundreds of people from the Cursed Spirit Village. Today, I'm going to slaughter all of you bit by bit. I want to see if the power of the curse has any effect on me. I'm also curious to see if you will still be as arrogant as you were just now. Wang Xian said emotionlessly with a faint smile on his face. The flames spread to the rest of the experts from the Cursed Spirit Village. Chapter 33-32. Kill below are, how can this be? Why aren't you attacked by the curse? When the flames engulfed everyone in the Cursed Spirit Village and they felt excruciating pain, the villagers panicked. They stared at Wang Xian in horror and shouted in disbelief. The other party had attacked them and the curse had already retaliated. Why was nothing happening to the other party? Their curses seemed to be useless against the other party. Curse? Do you really think you are invincible just because of the curse? Hee hee. Wang Xian stared at them and sneered. Now, enjoy the torture of the Sea of Fire. He smirked as the flames engulfed them bit by bit. Ah! Miserable screams came out from their mouths. Hundreds of people from Curse Village were screaming in fear. At this moment, they were filled with despair. Wang Xian stood there quietly as he felt the attack from the curse. To his satisfaction, the Tai Chi dragon plate had blocked all the curse power. This brought a smile to his face. That Dragon King blocked the attack from the curse. How did he do it? I don't know. It should be the defensive treasure around him. Impressive. Ha ha ha. Good kill. Let them die in pain and despair. The experts from the Light Clan and the Nine Candles Demon Tribe were shocked and bewildered when they saw this. But what they all had in common was that their faces were filled with excitement. They had long been furious at the damned Cursed Spirit Village villagers. Now that Wang Xian had killed them, they could finally vent their anger. The blood-curdling screams rang out incessantly for a full half an hour. Wang Xian stood there and watched quietly. This was the first time he had killed someone so slowly. As they died one by one, Wang Xian saw a flash of white light on a few of their corpses. His eyes sparkled as he looked at the white light. This white light was somewhat familiar. The last time he killed a Universe Supremacy Rank 8 Desolate Beast, a white light flashed across the Desolate Beast's body. Apart from that, when he killed the middle-aged man from the Deep Swamp Race, there was a flash of earthy yellow light after his death. This meant that the other party might not be completely dead yet. Instead, he had used the treasures to allow his soul to escape. Could it be? He had some conjectures in his mind, and his eyes sparkled. Su. Not long after the white light disappeared, many mechas flew over from the depths of the Blessed Enclave. In the middle, the three mechas unleashed horrifying attacks towards Wang Xian. Wang Xian looked at the mech with a cold gaze. Last time, he didn't attack because he was afraid of the power of the curse. But this time, he didn't have the slightest scruple. Buzz. Wang Xian made a move. The unbeginning sacred wings appeared behind him with the Tai Chi dragon coil spinning. His palms morphed into dragon claws as he struck out at the 100-odd mechas. Kill him. The 3 level 8 Universe Supremacy mechas in the middle roared with hatred. Beams of horrifying light shrouded Wang Xian. In the face of such a terrifying attack, Wang Xian did not dodge. Instead, he faced it head-on. Rumble. When the 3 terrifying attacks landed on Wang Xian, the Tai Chi Dragon Plate instantly blocked the attacks of the mecha. On the Tai Chi Dragon Plate, the black part of the plate gave off a strange glow. A black recoil force shot towards the 3 mechas. Dodge. The 3 mechas instantly calculated the strength and speed of the recoil force and dodged to the side. Boom. At this time, hundreds of mechas surrounded the 3 mechas and attacked Wang Xian. Oh no, the Dragon King is alone, but there are 3 level 8 universe supremacies among the group of mechas, the experts from the Light Clan and 9 Candles Demon Tribe said in a deep voice as they looked at the group of mechas. However, they didn't dare to go over to help. If they did, they would be the ones dying. Chimph, I'll kill all of you today. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with coldness. With the defense of the Tai Chi Dragon Coil, he had no scruples at all. Facing the enveloping energy, he flapped his unbeginning sacred wings and attacked one of the level 8 Universe Supremacy mechas. Rumble. He pushed his speed to the limit. That level 8 Universe Supremacy mecha couldn't dodge at all. Wang Xian dashed over and landed his dragon claws on it. The immense force caused the mecha to tremble. What a strong defense. Wang Xian squinted his eyes and the 5 elements grind appeared above him. Bam. The 5 elements grind collided with the mecha and all kinds of energy crushed it. Ka. The mecha began to crack and crumble. Wang Xian moved, turned around instantly, and attacked the other mech. Oh no, we calculated that the opponent's defense is strong. Our mechas can't break through it. Retreat. One of the mechas calculated Wang Xian's terrifying defense and shouted in anger. Can you escape? Wang Xian locked his eyes on the mechas with murderous intent. Level 8 Universe Supremacy mechas were different from other living beings. If they wanted to escape, they could only rely on flying. They couldn't return to their holy kingdom directly. Wang Xian relied on his speed and dashed to the front of another level 8 Universe Supremacy mecha. Divine Dragon Shadow, break it. A huge shadow of a divine dragon charged towards the mech in front of him. At the same time, Wang Xian grabbed the mecha with his dragon claws to prevent it from escaping. No matter how the mecha attacked, he didn't move an inch. On the contrary, the counterattack from the Tai Chi Dragon Disc caused the mecha to crumble faster and faster. Ka. Boom. Soon, the second level 8 Universe Supremacy mecha was destroyed. SSS, This Dragon King's strength is terrifying. His speed is terrifying, and his defense is terrifying. He's too strong. Isn't his strength close to a level 9 Universe Supremacy? The 9 experts from the Light Clan and 9 Candles Demon Tribe were shocked when they saw Wang Xian's ferocious attack. If they were in Wang Xian's shoes, they could only escape when 3 mechas of the same level attacked at the same time. However, the Dragon King had destroyed 2 of them in just a few seconds. The speed and defense that he had displayed had them in awe. They couldn't help but suspect that it would be difficult to defeat the Dragon King even if the 9 of them joined forces. No wonder the Shaman Kingdom would lower their heads. "He's too strong," they exclaimed in their hearts. He wasn't afraid of the power of curse and could unleash such terrifying strength. Such an enemy was too terrifying. Chapter 33:33, Run. He's strong. Let's run. Retreat. Retreat now. Within the Blessed Land, the mechas controlled by the Cursed Spirit Village screamed in panic. The Cursed Spirit Village wasn't weak at all. 3 rank 8 Universe Supremacy mechas, in addition to their eerie power of curse. With their strength, they were considered relatively powerful existences at the edge of the Great Desolate Continent. However, Wang Xian was stronger and even more eerie. When the 2 rank 8 Universe Supremacy mechas were destroyed by Wang Xian, the remaining experts of the Cursed Spirit Village fled in horror. 8 Dragon Doppelgangers, kill! Wang Xian bellowed. Dragon doppelgangers flew out from his body and attacked the group of universe supremacies. No, no. The mechas sensed the energy behind them. They turned around and were horrified. Shit. With these mechas around, we can't escape back to our holy kingdom in an instant. The group of Cursed Spirit Village members were in despair as they saw the terrifying attack coming from behind them. Boom, boom, boom. Sounds of mechas exploding could be heard. Wang Xian squinted his eyes, locked on to the rank 8 Universe Supremacy mecha, and continued his attack. No, people of the Cursed Spirit Village, run now. Run now. That Dragon King is too strong. You must avenge me in the future. Avenge me. The face of the Cursed Spirit Village member who was driving the rank 8 Universe Supremacy mecha was flushed red when he saw Wang Xian chasing after him. He bellowed in indignation. Their Cursed Spirit Village was on the verge of rising and had even occupied the Blessed Land. Yet, they had not expected to meet such a strong enemy. His eyes were bloodshot as he reminded the people in the center of the Blessed Land. The strength of the Dragon King was not something that the Cursed Spirit Village could handle. What? Damn it. That Dragon King could withstand our power of curse. Now, even the Deputy Chief and the rest are no match for him. Run. An old man bellowed and ordered loudly. Chief, are we going to give up on this place? We've paid a huge price to occupy it. In the center of the Blessed Land, a group of people stood there with indignation. To the people of the Cursed Spirit Village, this was their holy land. In order to occupy this natural paradise, they had made a huge deal with the Iron and Steel Union and paid a huge price. If they gave up on this place now, all their efforts would be in vain. Leave immediately. If we don't give up this place, the Dragon King will kill us all. The chief of the Cursed Spirit Village roared with a stern face. As soon as he finished speaking, his figure began to flicker and slowly disappeared. Boom. At this moment, they heard an explosion outside. The powerful rank 8 Venerable Mech had exploded. The 3rd Universe Venerable rank 8 Mech was destroyed. Run. At that moment, everyone in the Cursed Spirit Village turned illusory and disappeared. However, because they relied on their own curses, their Cosmos God country did not hide too much. Instead, it was directly located in their village. When they left, Wang Xian came to the center of the Blessed Land. He scanned the surroundings with a cold look in his eyes. Castles were built in the center of the entire Blessed Enclave. There was no longer anyone from the Cursed Spirit Village here. Boom. Wang Xian waved his arm and a gust of energy swept across, turning the castles they had built into ashes. He landed in the center of the Blessed Enclave and looked around. When he arrived at the center of the Blessed Land, the white energy was even stronger. Even if one's body was cut in half, one could probably recover instantly. To any race, this was an exceptionally strong Blessed Land. Thinking about it, if one were to be severely injured here, one could recover from an injury that had lasted for 10,000 years in just a few years. There shouldn't be just these. Wang Xian squinted his eyes and scanned the surroundings with his dragon eyes. Wang. At this moment, his eyes fell on a spot. With a swift move, he flew over immediately. This is really strange. When he landed, Wang Xian sized up the few things in front of him. His eyes were filled with astonishment. In his line of sight, there were 10 tombstones that were glowing brightly. These tombstones were glowing with holy white light. When Wang Xian placed his hand on it, a message was transmitted to his mind. Resurrection tablet. It's just as I predicted. There's something in this blessed land that can resurrect living beings. This is really heaven-defying. However, this resurrection shouldn't be unlimited. Wang Xian murmured to himself as he looked at the 10 sacred tablets in awe. These 10 sacred tablets represented 10 sacred spirits that could be resurrected. This was extremely important for a race. 10 powerhouses with the ability to resurrect were equivalent to 20 powerhouses. He just didn't know if their combat power would be weakened after resurrection or if they would have to pay a price. However, Wang Xian felt that the price might not be too high. It should be more powerful than the soul returning would. Not bad, not bad. This is a great place to use as the Dragon Palace's blessed land. Moreover, the Dragon Palace doesn't need to fight at all for this landing battle. They can just move the Dragon Palace here. Wang Xian revealed a satisfied smile. The landing battle was a battle to fight for the blessed land. If the Dragon Palace could find a new blessed land without an owner, they naturally wouldn't need to challenge other races. The other forces in the chaotic continent would probably be thrilled when they heard this news. After all, they could also heave a sigh of relief if the Dragon Palace didn't challenge them. Swish, swish, swish. At this moment, 9 figures flew over to Wang Xian. Wang Xian turned around and looked at them. He lifted his head slightly and locked his eyes on them. Dragon King, please don't misunderstand. We're just here to check out the situation. Our 2 races will not compete with the Dragon Palace for the blessed land. The old man from the Light Clan quickly cupped his fists when he saw Wang Xian locking his eyes on them. This blessed land will be the territory of the Dragon Palace in the future. It will also be the place where we establish our race. Wang Xian said to them directly, given your strength, this blessed land should belong to the Dragon Palace. The Light Clan and the 9 Candles Demon Tribe also congratulate the Dragon King. We hope that the 3 races can live in harmony. The experts from the Light Clan expressed their goodwill. Alright, the Dragon Palace is also willing to make friend. Wang Xian smiled and cupped his fists at them. In that case, we won't disturb the Dragon King any longer. When the Dragon Palace enters the chaotic continent, we'll invite the Dragon King to be our guest. The experts from the Light Clan cupped their fists and said, the 9 Candles Demon Tribe will soon open up the teleportation formation here. By then, the Dragon King can use our teleportation formation to travel. The 9 Candles Demon Tribe also expressed their goodwill. Wang Xian smiled and nodded his head. Chapter 33-34, Prepare for landing heavenly formation, set up a formation here. Don't let anyone in. Barky Devil Fiend Black Dragon, guard this place with the heavenly formation. After the 9 experts from the Light Clan and the 9 Candles Demon Tribe left, Wang Xian summoned Enlai and the rest to guard the grotto heaven. It's Dragon King. The 4 of them immediately answered. Currently, in the Dragon Palace, other than him, the Sky Array 8-branched Demon Fiend and the only Black Dragon in the Dragon Palace had already broken through to the Universe 8th stage. Before the Dragon Palace was relocated, Wang Xian and the rest had to guard this place. Anli, I'll mark a place for you. Go there and bring me there. Subsequently, Wang Xian sent the location of the Cursed Spirit Village to Enlai. He wanted to check out the situation at the Cursed Spirit Village to prevent the Cursed Spirit Villagers from making a comeback. Wang Xian dared to kill them, but he couldn't kill them with the 8 Altars Sky formation. If they killed them, they would still be cursed. Therefore, Wang Xian was prepared to make a trip to the Cursed Spirit Village. It would be best if he could annihilate all of them. Yes. Enlai nodded and immediately took action. 20 minutes later, Enlai returned and brought him to the front of the Cursed Spirit Village. Whoosh! Wang Xian moved and came to the front of the Cursed Spirit Village in an instant. His dragon eyes swept across the village. Have they all run away? He raised his eyebrows. This cursed spirit village was rather peaceful. There were mountains and rivers all around, just like a paradise. Wang Xian snorted. With a wave of his arm, a greyish energy swept across the entire mountain village. Buzz, buzz, buzz. After the energy passed, there was only silence. All the buildings had collapsed, and the entire cursed spirit village had been reduced to ruins. He narrowed his eyes and flew around for a while, but he could not find any trace of the cursed spirit village members. Dragon King! Damn Dragon King! At the same time, far away from the cursed spirit village, the people of the cursed spirit village were flying in the skies above the border of the primordial continent under the guidance of the mechas. At that moment, the elder leading the group suddenly stopped. He saw that the cursed spirit village that had been detected by the technology had been destroyed. When he saw that the image on the screen had gone black, his face lit up with anger. Dragon King! In the surroundings, thousands of cursed spirit village clansmen were breathing heavily, their eyes bloodshot. Su su su. At this moment, battleships flew over from the front. Like a phantom, the warship quickly arrived before the cursed spirit village. In the center, a 10,000-meter-long battleship stopped in the void, and a robot walked out. The android had the face of a middle-aged man. He stared at the people of the cursed spirit village with a smile. Patriarch, have you thought it through? Join the Iron and Steel Union, and we will not treat you badly. The middle-aged android asked the chief of the cursed spirit village. We can join the Iron and Steel Union, but we want that blessed land. When the chief of the cursed spirit village heard his words, his expression changed drastically. 10 seconds later, he gritted his teeth and replied. Their cursed spirit village was very special. Without these mechas, they wouldn't even dare to walk around the great wilderness continent. Once they encountered a natural disaster, all of them would die. They could only find a safe place to take it. Joining the Iron and Steel Union was good for them, but at the same time, they had to pay a lot. Life was at stake. Because the most useful thing to them was their lives. The Iron and Steel Union saw this point, which was why they were trying to recruit them. They didn't succeed last time. This time, the cursed spirit village was in a desperate situation. Sure, but not now. The middle-aged robot wasn't too surprised by their conditions, so he agreed right away. How long do we have to wait? The chief of the cursed spirit village asked with a bitter expression. It won't be long. Don't worry, the middle-aged android said with radiance flickering in his eyes. We'll only be willing to work for you if you help us occupy that blessed land. The chief of the cursed spirit village said with a sullen expression. All right. The middle-aged android nodded with a smile. He extended his hand and made an inviting gesture. Welcome to the Iron and Steel Union. Swish, swish, swish. The people of the cursed spirit village moved and flew in. The cursed spirit village joining the Iron and Steel Union was of great strategic significance to the Iron and Steel Union. It was like having a member of the cursed spirit village in a battleship, and the battleship would attack a powerful enemy. Once the enemy destroyed the battleship, what awaited them would be the power of the curse. The addition of the cursed spirit village would greatly improve the Iron and Steel Union. The people of the cursed spirit village entered the battleship and flew far away. Days passed. After leaving the cursed spirit village, Wang Xian returned to the Dragon Palace. It had been quite some time since Wang Xian left the Dragon Palace. By now, the improvement in the Dragon Palace had basically ended. Currently, the total number of universe paragons in the Dragon Palace had reached 100,000. During this period of time, the number of disciples in the Dragon Palace had reached 1.8 million. Among these 1.8 million, the weakest had the combat power of a 7th-order God Emperor. It was especially so for the old members of the Dragon Palace. The weakest had the combat power of a 9th-order God Emperor. However, Aosia and the rest still needed some time to improve, at least a year or so. For the remaining time, Wang Xian stayed in the Dragon Palace. The sky array 8 branches and the rest were guarding the blessed land. No living beings dared to approach. The continental Wei starry sky had also fallen into a state of peace. Wang Xian and the group of girls were touring the various planets in the continental Wei starry sky. Boom boom. A year passed quickly. On this day, a terrifying aura spread from a corner of the Dragon Palace. Ha ha ha, Aosia, have finally broken through. I've finally broken through. Following which, an excited voice could be heard. The group of leaders of the Dragon Palace heard this voice and immediately flew over. Aosia, you guys have finally broken through. Prime Minister Turtle flew over and swept his gaze across Aosia and the rest. The Dragon Palace of the Wind and Thunder Divine Dragon race and the Dragon Palace of the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon had been completely devoured by Aosia and the other 3 devouring dragons. Currently, the 4 of them had the combat power of a 9th Order Universe Paragon. With such combat power, they were almost invincible even at the border of the chaotic continent. Congratulations! The group of leaders congratulated with smiles on their faces. Ha ha ha, brothers, leave the breakthrough to us, the devouring dragons, Aosia said loudly with a happy face. Currently, the bloodline of the devouring dragons was the strongest in the Dragon Palace. The 4 9th Order Universe Paragons were invincible. They were even stronger than the Dragon King, Wang. At the same time, Wang Xian returned to the Dragon Palace after receiving the news. He smiled when he sensed the strength of Aosia and the rest. Greetings, Dragon King. Aosia and the rest greeted Wang Xian respectfully when they saw him. Not bad, not bad. We're just waiting for you guys to break through. We can prepare to disembark. Wang Xian smiled. Chapter 33-35, Dragon Palace had been preparing for the landing battle for more than a year. Everything was waiting for Aosia and the rest to break through. Today, Aosia broke through and Dragon Palace could proceed with the landing battle directly. However, the landing battle of Dragon Palace might be different from the landing battles of other races. Prime Minister Turtle, let me announce that Dragon Palace will be landing in 5 days. We will not challenge any race. We have our own blessed land. Wang Xian ordered with a smile as he swept his gaze across the group of Dragon Palace leaders and purebred divine dragons in the Dragon King Palace. Currently, Dragon Palace had 4 rank 9 supremacies, 5 rank 8 supremacies, and 30 rank 7 supremacies. The group of Dragon Palace leaders, Golden Dragon, Water Divine Dragon, Fire Divine Dragon, Thunder Dragon, Wind Divine Dragon, Blue Otaku, and the rest had reached rank 7 supremacies. Now, Dragon Palace was strong enough. Yes, Dragon King, Prime Minister Turtle answered immediately. In less than 10 minutes, the news of Dragon Palace's landing spread throughout the entire land-surrounded starry sky and chaotic continent. Everyone could see how powerful the current Dragon Palace was. Every move of Dragon Palace could cause a huge stir in land-surrounded starry sky. Not to mention this landing battle. However, this announcement not only shook land-surrounded starry sky, but also the forces at the border of chaotic continent. The landing battle usually required one to challenge a force at the border of chaotic continent. Given Dragon Palace's strength, the landing battle caused those forces at the border to panic. However, when they saw Dragon Palace's announcement, they were excited and shocked at the same time. The Dragon Palace didn't challenge any forces in their landing battle. They have already occupied an ownerless grotto heaven. My God! Is this Dragon Palace? Is this the Invincible Dragon Palace? Isn't this landing battle too terrifying? Other forces have to challenge for the landing battle, but Dragon Palace has occupied a blessed land in advance. There is no need for them to challenge other races. Now that we've opened up the heavens, the forces at the edge of the chaotic continent can finally heave a sigh of relief. The Dragon Palace is about to land, and all of us were terrified. Who would have thought that the Dragon Palace would be so powerful and occupy a blessed land in advance? The strength of the Dragon Palace is too strong. It could be said that the Dragon Palace has created history. Before they even disembarked, they have already occupied a blessed place. At this time, everyone from the continent surrounding the starry sky and the desolate continent were discussing in shock. The Dragon Palace's landing battle this time was unprecedented. If a race wanted to establish itself in the great desolate continent, it needed to have its own paradise. Every race knew the importance of the blessed enclave. Otherwise, they would have no foothold and no place to stand. This would greatly affect the development of a race. Furthermore, there were a limited number of blessed lands at the edge of the Great Desolate Continent. Basically, they were all occupied by various races. Even if they weren't occupied by other races, they would be occupied by powerful desolate beast races. Therefore, if one wanted to occupy a blessed grotto heaven, one would have to declare war on the blessed grotto heaven. However, the Dragon Palace had already occupied a blessed grotto heaven in advance. One could imagine how powerful they were. He had occupied a blessed land before he had even landed. It could be said that he had created history. Welcome to the Dragon Palace's landing in the Great Desolate Continent. If you have time, the Dragon King and the guests of the Dragon Palace can visit the Light Clan. Welcome to the Dragon Palace's landing in the Great Desolate Continent. We, the Nine Candles Demon Tribe, hope to develop friendly relations with the Dragon Palace and become good neighbors. While the experts and disciples of the forces at the edge of the Great Desolate Continent were discussing, the congratulatory statements made everyone excited again. What the fuck? What's going on? The Light Clan and the Nine Candles Demon Tribe are welcoming the Dragon Palace's landing. It seems that the Dragon King has a good relationship with these two races. These two races are not weak at the edge of the Great Desolate Continent. This is the reputation. The Dragon Palace has landed, and those powerful forces are welcoming them. That's amazing. Damn it, is this a landing? This is a real arrival. It's so domineering. Looking at the statements of the two races, countless people on the artificial intelligence system were discussing in amazement. Look, this is the Dragon Palace. It's so awesome. The statements of the Light Clan and the Nine Candles Demon Tribe seemed to be the first. Then, led by the Deep Swamp race, some other races congratulated the Dragon Palace on their arrival in the Great Desolate Continent. In less than a day, more than 20 races had made their statements. The experts of the forces around the Great Desolate Continent could also see that they were trying to please the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace was so powerful that these forces wanted to get familiar with it and not have any conflicts with it in the future. Looking at the statements of the races, all the forces around the Great Desolate Continent were envious. If one day they could reach the level of the Dragon Palace, they would die without regrets. Humph, Dragon Palace, Dragon King. While the artificial intelligence system was bustling because of the Dragon Palace, in the Lick City of the Lick Kingdom, the Lick King looked at the information on the artificial intelligence system with a furious expression. The more glorious the Dragon Palace was, the more furious he was. It could be said that the Dragon Palace had risen by stepping on the heads of the Lick Kingdom. The Lick Kingdom had also suffered heavy losses because of them. Do you think the landing battle will be so simple? The Lick King looked at the information on the artificial intelligence system with a cold expression and sneered. His eyes were filled with violent murderous intent. He did not expect that the Dragon Palace had not only offended them. Very soon, they would begin their revenge. General Jin, the Dragon Palace is preparing to land in the chaotic continent. This time, they will go directly to the blessed grotto heaven. Once they occupy that place, it will be difficult to chase them away given the defensive power of the Dragon Palace. Besides, once they occupy that place, they will definitely discover the Pond of Curse not far away. By then, it will also affect the plan of the cursed creatures. In another part of the chaotic continent, this was a realm full of science fiction. All kinds of mechas and chariots were flying in the sky. Below them were all dreamy buildings. This was the famous technological area of the chaotic continent, the Iron and Steel Union. In a castle under the technological area, the chief of the cursed spirit village stood in front of a middle-aged mecha expert and said with a sullen expression, "I know. That place will not be occupied by the Dragon Palace. Don't worry. The Iron and Steel Union understands the importance of the Pond of Curse." General Jin slowly browsed through some information on the artificial intelligence system and said plainly, Then what should we do?" The chief of the cursed spirit village couldn't help but ask, "What do we need to do?" "Contact the Dragon Palace privately. If they don't know what's good for them, don't blame me for being rude."